I've heard Rufus talk about this project for some time now as he's been writing it, and this is one of the first times where the music has actually really come alive, and I've heard things that I've never heard before in this music.
One of the things that he said to me was, he said, you know, this is never really, it's been performed, but he's never really heard it. And that resonated with me, because I remember that feeling of hearing your music for the first time. So I was, just tell me when and where, and yeah, I'm with that.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You know, you have something in your subconscious of how you want something to sound, and then for me to actually have individuals, really creative individuals, come in and render it and take it completely to another place that I couldn't even have imagined. It's thrilling. I mean, there were times when I actually had goosebumps, you know, just because I said, damn, I wrote this.
There are some moments in music that are very, very tender. There are moments in the music that's very explosive. And there are moments in the music where it's just swinging and just trying to hold the groove. Emotionally, I was just trying to keep up with the music.
To bring it all together was kind of like a combination of styles. European classical music meets jazz, so to say. So it was very unique and overwhelming, but a good overwhelming experience.
When I got to the rehearsal and began to hear his music just unfolding in front of me, it was an amazing process.
Just the writing, the depth and the subtlety of the music was something that I think most people don't get to experience anymore.
It's timeless. It's music I feel like I've heard before, but I've never heard or never experienced before, because it's connected to so many things that I grew up hearing, yet it's all Rufus.
One of the experiences that really overtook me playing this music was the fact that Rufus was able to incorporate all of the different instrumentation that he did, essentially to capture the essence of sculptures.
His expression of an inspiration by the art of Elizabeth Catlett is quite amazing.
I'm extremely thrilled to be able to bring the Quiet Pride, the Elizabeth Catlett project, to universities and colleges across the United States and the world. I've been studying and trying to, quote unquote, get out of my own box, out of my own comfort zone. And I chose some of her images out of this book. To do this music inspired by her work, and then get a chance to actually meet this woman, it was really thrilling. And then she says, well, I've never had anybody really do anything like this inspired by my work. That was kind of heavy right there for me. Everybody's pigeonholed. I mean, they kind of, they're blinders on. They do their thing and they're unaware of other things. Creative musicians or creative artists, whether they paint or sculpt, people who write, people who are poets. Each one of these disciplines can have a dialogue and see a worth of being able to interact, because generally speaking, they're unaware of each other. It's a win-win situation for every one of these departments, because it already has done this to me. It has enriched my life about what I do, why I do it. My thing is that this is there, the phrase. I mean, and I couldn't be happier, so. And what we've done in 4 days is quite ambitious, and I have to be incredibly grateful to your professionalism to put this down seriously.
Yeah.
It's really been a dream to do this.
Not all great artists are loved. Rufus is a great artist, and he's loved.
Yeah, he's an amazing person, because it can play with anybody and support and be creative. But then the composer side of Rufus is coming from some other planet, and it's very exciting for me as a player and as a composer to hear his music, to sit in the orchestra and play his music, and go to school on what he's doing. It's pretty incredible.
He's been an idol of mine for a long time. And to just be in a group with just it's such a diverse group of people that all get along so well. Like, it was like a giant family, and just seamless just integration of all the players, and how he handpicked all of his artists for this project is amazing too.
He wrote for the personalities involved with the band, I think, which is very important. It's like the old Ellington style, kind of, knew who he was writing for and tailor-made his music for it.
He really wanted me for being me, rather than he just needs another trumpet player to fill a chair. And I feel like that's how the whole project sounds. It's like people he really cares about and has a relationship with through all his different meanderings through the world of music and the art that we're involved in.
Rufus Reid is like a musical uncle that I always wanted. He's very inspiring, he is encouraging, he's supportive, and he challenges you to be a better musician.
I think we're hearing the fruits of his life in music, because you hear all the different influences of all the different groups he's played with, all the different kinds of music he's played in his life, and so it's coming out in his writing, and I think it's something that's very special.
And it'll only grow more and become better as we really integrate and internalize what it is he wrote for us to be part of.
They brought their A game, each and every one of them, and they didn't have a clue until the rehearsal. So in 4 days, we were able to come together with something that, to me, it was extraordinary. I think I basically stumbled on it because I was reaching out, and that's what I'm hoping to be able to take and introduce to people, that they can have these experiences. This is a special time, and it's also it's going to empower me, because this is my first time of actually hearing something rendered in such a professional high level, that it will empower me to keep reaching. And now I know some of the things that I was wondering about, it can happen.